That water is turning to ice, a fine, dry snow. It dazzles me a moment, then bites my face. I pretend I can bear it, yet I begin to think of my enemies. Those gods! That innumerable jumble of upstarts, all screaming with one voice, all howling for power. Once, they filled Zeus with the stupor of despair. And now, they are almost perfect. They spin about the head of Zeus, each as delicate and cold as a snowflake. Enough! We know the gods. They watch us. But I will tell you about the feverish miseries of man. I taught men the rising and setting of the stars. From the stars, I taught them numbers. I taught women to count their children and men to number their murders. I gave them the alphabet. Before I made men talk and write with words, knowledge dropped like a dry stick into the fire of their memories, fed that fading blaze an instant, then died without leaving an ash behind. Now the brute forces of the earth obey man slavishly whenever he thinks or speaks. Men were set floating in boats, a pole to push, an oar to pull, a sail to hoist. Those windy sails. Men thought I'd turned a block of wood into a bird. All these inventions were given to men. Thousands more followed. I could turn anything into anything. I taught men to see into the future. What future they had was as close as death, but not so certain. They had dreams, some true, some false, some. I think I taught them which were true. They heard voices in dreams, awake and aware. I made men listen, and they understood what those modest seeping sounds were trying to tell them. There were signs at every step along man's way, yet he was trampling them down and hurting himself because he couldn't read their message. Look. You cannot see it. A vulture is swinging nearer to us from the distant sky. Crooked talent, fat, with an empty stomach. It seems to have found us out. It might be our release. Men wouldn't know. I taught him. I taught him the feuds, hungers, lusts of birds, and why they gather. I made man stare into the entrails of beasts, see their smoothness, roughness, each had a meaning. See what kind of gall would please the gods. See that the speckled symmetry of the liver lobe had meaning, the thigh bones swimming in fat, the long spine jointed, like these chains. Everything in animals, even their excrement, meant something. Their innards would be correctly set on fire to appease the gods. I made men look into the fire. Alone and bemused in the slothful dark, they studied the fire's whirling and consuming colors, and believed they would someday taste the breath of life. No one knows. I haven't told anyone. The many wonders I have invented. I was out of my mind. My hand was everywhere. Everything man knows.